Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be looking at another brick in the mall. Now another brick in the mall is a base building, tycoon management, resource management game that's available on Steam. It's a game where you design, build, manage, run an entire shopping centre, starting off with a humble grocery store, building your way up to fast food restaurants, bowling alleys, cinemas, and lots more stores in between. So we're going to go ahead and start off with a new game today. To do that, you click the new game button.
Well done.
And then you're presented with 3 options of what difficulty that you want to play this game with. You've either got normal, challenge, or expert. And it will show you the differences in the little notification bar below. For this playthrough, we're going to be looking at the middle challenge difficulty.
Challenge accepted.
Which has severe rat infestations, no staff needs, serious shoplifting, 2 million lobby cost cap.
What does that even mean? Like, why don't you tell, I mean, what?
Foundation costs at $400, maintenance cost at $200, and our margins are only 50%. Difference between that is the margins are 100% in normal mode, so that does add a little bit of difficulty there. We're not going to be starting with a tutorial because I would like to class myself as a little bit of an expert player. I have 1 or 2 hours in the game.
Ha! Gay!
With regards to what mods we're going to be playing with, we're only going to be playing with one, and that is Roid Rage Retail.
I've been working hard.
This is my mod that I've created, and the whole reason we're doing this series is so we can introduce this mod. However, we're not going to be diving into it in this episode. Once you've clicked your difficulty and your mods, and whether you want to start with or without a tutorial, go ahead and click start. That's going to launch you into your brand new mall. Now initially it's going to be just one big open map. Now this is a top-down style 2D game, very similar to Prison Architect and a few others in that style that took reference from Prison Architect, who seem to do it quite well. RimWorld also has a very similar style. To start off with, in the top corner you've got your main options. The first thing we want to do is click on manage, and we want to manage our maintenance center, because in here this is where we can hire builders, and here we're just going to hire 3 more. Now in the selection box down below you can select whether the menu will close once you've hired 1 person, or whether it stays open if you want to hire multiple people. I'd urge you to select as multiple people, because really you only want to be hiring 1 or 2 people initially. When you start get going, you're going to be hiring a lot of people. So let's go ahead and hire 3 more builders. However, we will need to look at the hours that they're working. So we're going to click on shift planning. Now we could go through each individual person and select their starting hours and their working hours. However, shift planning gives you this really nice Gantt chart looking style, which you get to play around with. Now we are going to boost these hours up by 2 more, which is what they've put the standard as. You could put them as more because there are no staff needs. So you could bump them all the way up to 15, which is what we're going to be doing today. There you go. And the graph down below here tells you between how many workers and what hours everyone's working. Just trying to get this as a nice even bar. I could probably do better if I tried harder, but I'm not going to. Once we've done that, we've got all our builders working. We should have at least 3 or 4 on at all times, which is great. Now you've got your money in the top bar here. This is going to tell you how much cash you've got available on hand. You've got your profit for the day. You've got how many sales you've made, your car parking usage, your customers on site and whether they're happy or not. You've got your research, you've got your marketing campaigns, and then you've got your objectives. Now your objectives are a really great way to start earning some cash straight away. So one of our objectives at the moment is to open a business. To do that, we're going to have to go ahead and build. The first thing you need to build is foundations, which is essentially the building that you're going to be placing everything in. Now, a lot of people try and build this quite small. Even the standard tutorial in the game is going to get you to build something of this size. I'd recommend building something bigger straight away, especially if you're on challenge or expert mode. Well, foundations cost a lot of money, so it's worth just going big straight away. So I'm going to go ahead and build this size, about 84 grand that's going to cost me. And we're also going to need a storage zone, so that way delivery drivers have got a place to place the items before they get put out on the shelves. So I'm just going to put another storage area there. I didn't look to see how much that cost me, so I'm just going to hope for the best. Now, also in the build menu in objects, you've got all of the things that you can place in your stores. There's not too many items, which is great, because then that way you don't get bogged down with too many options. So you've got a couple of doors, which we're going to place outside the car parking area. We're going to add a staff door to 2 sides of the storage zone, and then the outside world as well. And the reason we're going to do that is in roadworks, we can build a new road. From here, I'm going to build a T-junction upwards, and then also get a loading zone here, and a garbage pickup, I guess here. I'm also going to build our road out a bit further and add in some extra car park. Now, also doing that, we're going to go ahead and assign our store in. So in the assign option, you can go ahead and assign, and this is where it gives you all the different options of stores that you can place. For now, we're going to do a normal store and just cover the entire area. And also we're going to do a storage area right next to it. From here, we're going to manage our new store. If you click on manage, that's going to populate your store and your storage. Here, brings up the new option where I can now hire cashiers and stock clerks. First thing I want to do is click on zone. Here I can rename this. We're just going to call this general store and link the storage by clicking link and then clicking on our newly created storage. That does mean that a storage can serve multiple different stores. However, you have to worry about distance it takes for the store clerks to deliver the items to the shelves. Also for this store, I'm going to change the opening hours, and I'm going to put it all the way at 6 o'clock, which is my maximum at the moment. And I'm going to drag the opening all the way up to 18 hours, which puts us at midnight. So we're allowed to be open from 6 o'clock in the morning to midnight. Now, I'm going to go ahead and build our store out before hiring any store clerks, because I'm going to need to know how many cashiers I'm going to need. So first thing we're going to do is buy a checkout counter. And you can rotate that by clicking Q or by the mouse wheel. Now I'm going to set up my checkouts here, I guess. Seems like a logical area because they're going to come in, do all their shopping here, and then swoop round here, buy their stuff and swoop out the door. But then also the shelves are going to be closer to the storage unit, is my theory. What we're going to do is we're going to get food shelves because this is going to be a food store. And I've placed that door probably not in the best location. I tell you what, we're going to do it long ways, and we're going to do it like this. Perfect. So you can see I've gone ahead and created a really simple layout for this store. The main item is going to be food on the food shelves, and then I've got a few normal shelves, a couple of fridges and some tables. And I'm just going to go ahead and place a trash can, which I would highly recommend doing, otherwise it's going to get very littery quite quickly. So now our builder's going to go in and build all our items. Now we've got 2 checkout counters here. I'm going to go ahead and hire enough cashiers to cover those 2 for the whole day. So I think I'm going to need 4. So I'm going to hire 4 jump in shift planners. There you go. So we've got 2 on at all times. There's a small crossover period so customers won't get mad and leave the store, which they do. Perfect. And now let's get some store clerks. And I think we're only going to need probably 1. Hey, we've completed the objective. Open a business, which has given us £10,000 more. Now I'm just going to sort out our store clerk and boost them up to 15 hours a day. I'm sure they'll be fine and they won't complain. Now, you'll notice we've got these error signs over all of our shelves, and what we need to do here is assign a product for each individual shelf. Now I'm going to pause it so the days aren't going ahead. Let's click out of this. Now there are 2 ways that you can do this. You can either right click, and from here you can either manage your store, or you can set product for food shelf, and that's going to give you all the options that you can place on here. Now we've got all of our standard food, and you can also see there is some extras from the add-on mod that we've got, which you might not see if you're playing this game without the mod. So what you need to do here is go through all of your shelves and assign a product. You can also do this from the assign tab. If you go into assign, under the next option, you've got zones, which is where you assign a new store. And you've also got products, which allow you to select what products are on the shelves. Here you can select whether it's a food. And then the next tab is going to allow you to select what type of shelving unit. So we click on food shelf. It's then going to list in alphabetical order all of the things that can go on here. Now I prefer to do my assigning from this section. So breakfast cereals, we're going to go ahead and assign. So I've gone ahead and assigned all of the products up, clicked play, and now you can see our delivery drivers are delivering fresh parcels ready for our store clerk to stock our shelves. Now you can see I've gone for a general mix here. So this one is pet food, candies, teas and coffees, so all the food in the food shelves. We've got soda and water in the fridges, fresh bread, sliced bread, but also we've got extra items as well, like you would normally find in a grocery store. Cookware, dishes, toilet paper, diapers. The reason we have that is because each item has a slightly different demand, which means there's a potential of a new customer coming to our store to buy that item. And when they buy that item, they may also buy more items as well. So the more different types of items you have, the more different types of customers that may come to your store. So what we're going to go ahead and do is fast forward to the next day, and hopefully our store will be open in a few hours time. 6 o'clock's about to roll over. That's it. The store is open for the first time. I also forgot we didn't build any of the parking, so I'm just going to go ahead and build the parking quickly. Here's our other checkout clerk. A little bit later than really what you should be, but he's here. And here's our store clerk, ready to grab the new boxes, bring them to the shelves. Where's he going first? John, where you going, John? So John's just delivered sauces and seasonings. That just looks like ketchup, mustard, and mayonnaise to me. Mayonnaise. Is mayonnaise an instrument, Squidward? John's just delivered the fresh bread. And we've got some more deliveries turning up. Great. So I'm going to now fast forward this a little. We've got our first customer. It's Daryl. He's a mean ass looking motherfucker. And he's just grabbed some fresh bread. 1 baguette. $2. What an amazing first sale. Emil, another crazy looking guy. He was in love with some ketchup. Oh, it was mayonnaise. It's a bit weird, guy. Oh, they're flowing in now. Susanna, 54, has come in to buy some snacks. She loves them snacks. She's very happy. So it's all going well. I think we fast forward until all the shelves are stocked and we have a look at its glory. Whoa, we've just got another objective completed. That is sell 10 different types of products. We've just got another $5,000 for that. That is great. Whilst we're here, let's take a quick look over our objectives. So we've got to sell 20 different types of items, which the more we seem to be stocking, the more that seems to be going up. In actual fact, we might get that soon. We've got daily profit of $100. We might get that when today turns over. Have 100 customers on site. Total 13 maximum at the moment. That's going to be a hard one to get. And we're just about to get 100 total sales. That's another 10 grand in the bag. Lovely. That's turned to 500. By the looks of it, then that's going to be on day 5 that we get that achievement. So we can bank on that 20 grand coming in for an expansion of the shop. Now you can already see the trash starting to build up. So we're going to have to hire some janitors to look after this store. We need it to be as nice as possible. So we go into our manage area, maintenance center, and in here we can hire a janitor. So we're going to hire a... Now it will give you the skill sets for them and also free main skills. And for a janitor, they don't need to be very social. So we're just going to look for the person with the highest janitorial skills. And this guy's fast though. Which could work out really well. We're just going to hire Dean. Come on to the mall, Dean. And we're going to put him... Yeah, we'll start him off at 6. That'll do. And that is our janitor hired. He'll be in tomorrow morning. Boom. So how did we do? Profits. Okay. So we made a net profit of minus $474. That's great. If we right click and click manage store, we can see our profit margins are minus 74. Also not great. If we click on the finance tab, which are these buttons at the top here, which we haven't explored yet, the finance tab will give you a little bit more details, and we can click show daily breakdown. And in here it's going to give you all the details about the store. And you can see where we're going wrong is, obviously, the store costs too much. We've also got quite a lot of staff in the builders, and we're not going to be building anymore. So I think we should look at sacking some builders here, which is not a very nice thing to do. But, you know, it will save other people's jobs. So we've only got 3 builders. We need to make sure we've got them on all the time. That'll do. I don't know. Perfect. That'll stop us running out of money. In actual fact, the more they're on site, the more we're paying them. So let's just have 1 builder on at all times. And the same goes for the janitor. Our area isn't really that messy. So let's drop his hours so we can make more money. And then the store clerk will drop his hours for a little bit. Old Johnny Boy's hours. And we'll just see how we get on tomorrow. We've still got, like, we're panicking, but we don't need to panic because we have got lots of money in the bank, okay? But it's good to watch these things from the start, especially if you're on challenge, and even more if you're on expert mode, because the money does go really quickly. So let's speed up. See if we can get to the next day, make some more money. Janitor will be in. Now, in build mode, you can also change the floor tiles, and I'm also going to go ahead and do that now. And I'm going to create a nice little outside area here. And I'm also going to change the inside to, I reckon this maybe nice wood one, or maybe this no, not the box type one. What do malls like this normally have? Should have like a big tile. This stuff here. I think this will do. General convenience store look, that is. Boom. And I do care about my staff in the back room, so we're going to give them this dark look. And then the maintenance center can have that. Lovely. That makes it look a little bit pretty. And we like pretty. We can see the squalor. The profits, which there are none. The traffic, there is none. No pedestrian traffic, so yeah. Looking at the buttons in the top section here that I haven't actually looked over yet with you. You've got help and tips, which you don't need that. You've got me. You've got your achievements. In here, this is your Steam achievements as well. I've got all of them. It gives you some good challenges to look at. You've got your current statistics. You can have the drop down menu. It's going to show you everything. Your finance. You've then got your research, which we will need to get into. However, to do that, you need to build an office and you need to hire some office staff to then man it. And then 24 is referencing to the number of hours of man hours that have been put into it. So 24, you need 24 man hours. You can split that over 2 people, 12 hours each. That's like 2-3 days done. And this will unlock new and better stuff, such as night hours allow you to be open longer. Alcohol license will allow you to get liquor, beer and wine. And then you can get bars. Cold chain for more cold chain foods. Sales monitoring, logistics. All the way down to tool supplies and road networks and bus transports. So when we get our research offices, one of the first things we're going to be looking at is cold chain, and we're going to be introducing more types of foods into our general store. Then you've also got demand. Now you do need to research sales monitoring for that, and then that's going to tell you how many people are looking for a particular product. You've got marketing. Again, you need to unlock marketing for that. So let's go ahead and fast forward and see how well we do after today's gone by. The store itself is profitable. It's everywhere else that isn't. So that's good, isn't it? To be fair, we've only had a maximum of 17 people on site. We've only had one issue of parking. Oh no, loads of issues of parking. 390 occurrences. Am I dumb? We need to build more parking. So let's go ahead and do that. Road. And I'm just going to build a really simple new section. You can also monitor it with your eyes instead of, you know, relying on the computer. This is the unfortunate downside to only having one builder. Things take forever to build. Oh, we've lost more money. Why does it keep on going down? Oh, that's for today. Yesterday, minus 714. Wow. It's not really looking good, is it, bruv? We've got plenty of car parking, so that's good. Let's build some staff car parking. Ooh, objective complete. 500 total sales. That's 20 bags in the bag, ready salted. Right, I've decided that here we're going to go ahead and build a tiny little research center. Office, as they call it. Boom. And in the office, we're going to need an office desk. And I'm going to place 2. Oh, yes. Sell 20 different types of products. 10 grand. Let's give them this groovy ass tile. Psychedelic, baby. Now we are going to want to manage that. Click on staff. Hire an office worker. Now this is going to cost money, which is more off of the top line or the bottom line. It's off of both lines. It's coming off of every line in the center, in and around the center. It's coming off. So that's what we've got to be careful of. It's fine because we've got basically 120 grand in the bank. That's fine. Lots of money. These all seem pretty shit. So we're just going to hire that one and that one for no reason whatsoever. We're going to work them to death because we can. Click done. And now we're also going to need to select what they need to research. Now, this is always a hard choice because I sometimes go for night hours because then you can be open longer and make more money. But then you also have to pay the staff to be there. Whereas cold chain allows us to sell more stuff. But if we can't handle more sales, like we're already seeing an issue, our queues are full. So that's an issue. But being open later means people can come later. Do you see my logic behind that? Either that, or we've got all these other niche suppliers. Clothing, media, appliances, luxury. Luxury is a great one because you make lots of money off of it. Tobacco, news agents. I'm just unsure where to go next. I do feel like we need to go for night hours before we go for cold chain because we need to expand already. And this is what I mean in the start. When you're building your first store, already I've run out of space and you need to get more space. And to build this now is going to cost me a lot of money. However, we're going to do it. And I think we're going to add a 10 by 15 expansion onto the shop. 60 grand done. Now it's only going to take our one builder 10 years to build, but that's fine. Our shop workers are in even though there's half a hole in the wall. Still trash and everything around though. What the hell? What the helly? Add the floor in. Right, perfect. Now, I'm going to go ahead and leave this video off where it is. Thank you very much if you watched it till the end. Please do leave a like and comment your favourite part of what we should do next. And get ready to watch the next video when I go ahead and finally record and release it. Thank you again. Bye bye.